straight into Dogecoin today. A lid that held for 2 weeks was closed through last night, so this read opens 7 years wide. On screen is the whole life of this pair in weeks folded. Its range is cut into 8 bands of 10 cents, and each band is drawn in the same strip, darker as it climbs. Folding costs the picture nothing and buys it everything. A record near 74 cents and a price near 7 cents share one strip, so the 7-cent zone gets full height instead of a tenth of it. That record is a print, not a settlement. In 7 years, not one week has ever closed above 60 cents, and only 2 ever closed above 50. Everything this pair did above 10 cents was 2 episodes, and today it trades 90% under the record. Look down instead. The lowest band alone holds 206 of the 371 closed weeks. Its floor is a tenth of a cent, and today sits nearly 64 times that. 135 of those weeks closed under today's price, so on the week this level is ordinary. Now watch the last year light up inside the fold. The bands unfold back into one axis and the year opens by itself. 364 completed daily sessions, closes only on a ratio scale because the top of this year is more than 4 times its floor. The ceiling is 30.684 cents printed 11 months ago. The floor is 6.766 cents, 9 days old, and it is a wick. Its own session closed well above it. Today sits 2% of the way up between them. 25 of those 364 sessions closed below today's price. On the year, this level is still inside the bottom 7% of everything. 38 sessions ever traded down at today's price, and every one of them falls inside the last 47. Before that stretch, this level did not exist on the year. The shaded slice is the working window, 999 closed hours wide and worth under 5% of the year's height. Inside it sits the box, a floor at 6.82 cents, a lid at 7.144, 324 ticks apart. That lid held 358 consecutive closes, 14 days and 22 hours, without a single hour finishing above it. The last close above the lid before last night was 359 hours old. Now take the 77 closed hours that came before the break. In every single one of them, the highest print of the hour failed to reach the lid at all. Each of those hours becomes one bar hanging from the lid, and the bar is as long as the distance that hour fell short, measured in ticks. The lower track keeps them in the order they happened. The best of the 77 is 7.143 cents, one single tick under the lid, and it landed in the 3rd hour of the whole drought. 3 more days of trying followed it, and not one of those hours ever got closer than that. So, sort them. The bars leave the order of the clock and line up by distance instead, closest at the front, and every one of them carries the hour it came from along with it as a label. And the front of that list turns out to be old. 3 of the 4 closest hours are the drought's first 3, and 7 of its top 10 sit inside its first 8 hours. The recent hours land further down the page than the picture suggested. The best of the last full day is 9 ticks short in 4th place, and the final hour before the break ranks 11th of 77, 37 ticks away. The middle hour of the drought sat 118 ticks under the lid, and 46 of the 77 were 100 ticks or more away. Then 2 hours went the other way, and their bars point up through the rail. The first closed 27 ticks above the lid. The next closed 101 ticks above it, at 7.245 cents, and never traded back under. The floor was never in question. Not 1 hour in the whole file has closed under 6.82 cents, and the single print that went below it is the year's low. On closed hours the day is up just under 4%, and momentum reads 75, a stretch reading and nothing more. Price holds above both averages. While closes stay over the old lid, the break stands, and a close back under hands the box back. So the wall that stood for 358 closes is behind price now, and the closest it ever came to falling was 3 days before it did. Levels describe, they do not promise. Subscribe for tomorrow's audit of today's call, leave a like if the discipline showed, and send this to a friend who watches these levels.